All right, so now what we're gonna do is front back catches, but we're gonna lose the bounce. We're gonna do 50 reps of front back catches. All right, so we're gonna be sitting forward and back. And work on quicker hands. Next up, we're gonna do twisting ball drop catches. So I have the ball here, I'm gonna drop, and then I twist. Obviously, this forces you to stay low, which is great for defense, great for exploding out of moves. And we're gonna do 25 reps on the twisting catches. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna do our crossovers, and we're gonna do it moving up a line. So I'm gonna start back for a little space. We have to cross over first, then step so we can walk forward. If you cross over at the same time, you'll hit your leg, which is why a lot of players make the mistake of going east and west first, then stepping here. That took me 2 steps. If I cross over first, I can get to this same spot in 1 step. So I'm faster without lifting a weight or anything. So our footwork has to match. I'm gonna cross over first, and then it allows me to step forward and attack immediately. And when we do on the move line crossovers, we're gonna do 50 reps. All right, so now we're gonna do our crossover on the move, okay? And so I can stay in frame, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go diagonally, but when you're at home, you're gonna have a lot more space. You can go straight forward. You can line up multiple cones and still do this drill. Now, it's really important as I do my crossover to go somewhere as I cross over, because if I do that, my next dribble will be at or near the cone. If I take 2 dribbles or if I go sideways and my footwork doesn't match, I'm gonna go east-west and I'm gonna take multiple dribbles to get to this cone. And that's the reason most players can't attack in game, is because they don't know how to do a move and move. They typically do a move, then move. So let's combine the 2. We're gonna do a move, crossover, and we're gonna be moving at the same time. Now remember to give yourself a dribble limit. So what you want to do is you want to say, hey, I want to get from this cone to that cone in, let's say, 1 dribble after your crossover. All right, and that's going to force you to explode and push out with your dribble. All right. What we want to do is when you spread out the cones, you want to continue to challenge yourself. Start it off maybe 4 feet. Once you've mastered that, add it to 6, then add it to 8. Obviously, there'll become a distance that's just impossible. You'll have to carry. But you want to continue to challenge yourself to figure out where that spot is. So our resistance exercise, if you're a younger player, not quite strong enough, you can lose the bands completely. If you're older and you can do this drill, go ahead and add the bands. It'll just add more resistance. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off on our elbows, and then we're going to go up, and then we're going to go back down. Again, we're working on our triceps a lot because we play basketball. Obviously, you don't want to only get up with your right hand every time, so then you're going to switch. And we're going to try to do 15 each side. If you need to take a break, that's just what you have to do, but eventually we want to get to a place where you don't need any breaks. So essentially this is a plank. You need to have your whole back straight. Your elbows need to be right under your shoulders. So you don't want to be stretched out any direction. And then we're going to get up. So straight lines. So only the target muscles are being worked, which is obviously your triceps and shoulders. Okay, so this drill, what we're going to do is our twisting catches. We're going to do 50 reps. So before we did it with the drop or the ball bounce. Now we're going to catch each time. So you need to be quick and turn quickly. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to do a ball drop. You have to clap behind your back once and then catch the ball. So we drop, make sure both hands are on the ball, drop, behind the back and catch. Now we're going to do our in and out, up the court, on the move, slowly. Make sure your footwork is matching. So now when we do our in and out, we're going to step, get it to our belly button, and then move forward. Remember, we're pushing off of this outside foot so we can explode. So we go in and out to our belly button, and then just push. Be sure, as long as the ball's in your right hand, you're really, really pushing off this left foot and exploding past your defender. Now we're going to do 50 reps on this side as well. Remember, it's just the opposite. Now I'm exploding off of my right foot. So I step and then I push. Make sure I get the ball outside of my body because the defender is going to be on my inside. We don't want him to have a chance at the ball. Now we're going to work on exploding out of our in and out move. Now we want it to get to our belly button. We want it to seem like we're about to cross over. And then we want to really pull that ball and explode forward when we do it. Now again, remember I said how important it is to give yourself a dribble limit. Don't just do the move without a dribble limit because this is how it'll look. It won't be explosive. You're not going to attack. That's no way to make that look and be like a game-like situation in which you'll get your shoulders past your defender. You have to give yourself a dribble limit so it forces you to explode and for your footworks to match if you're going to do it properly. Now remember, when you're at home, you're going to have a lot more space. You don't have to just go back and forth. You can go forward about 3 or 4 moves depending on your space, and then you could bring it back, and then you'll get a lot more reps in. You're going to do 50 of those. So remember, we're staying on the tricep, remembering that basketball is a push-dominant sport. When you shoot, when you pass. So now we're going to do old-fashioned push-ups. Now, there's modifications to it for anybody. So if you're struggling with push-ups, one of the things you may do is have your knees to the ground, and then you can do your push-ups. All right, obviously if it's easier for you, Then you could lift up, maybe even without the bands, and then do your push-ups. Okay? Obviously, and then the last thing you want to do to really work more tricep is the closer in your hands get, like if you know what a diamond push-up is, the more tricep is going to be involved. And what we're going to do is 25 reps of push-ups. Also, keep in mind, it's okay to mix and match. You could do your diamond push-ups with your hands together, just like a diamond, and do them. You could go with a wider base. But at the end of the day, what you want to do is start, as you get better, start taking out the modifications. Instead of being on your knees, lift the knees. Instead of your arms being wider, get them a little bit closer. Eventually, what we want to get to is 25 push-ups, making a diamond with our hands.